What's up, fam? It's your boy J-Lo, coming to you with another verse for the day. Listen, don't forget, if you haven't subscribed yet, subscribe. I'ma holla. Check it out. What's up, world? So I thought I'd come to you guys and I'm rapping to you guys about Matthew 8, verse 23 through 27. And it's a story about Jesus being on the boat with his disciples in the midst of a storm. And as they're on this boat, the boat's rocking, it's shaking, the winds are blowing, and the disciples are like, oh my gosh, Jesus, wake up. And Jesus gets up and he looks at them and he goes, why are you afraid? You with so little faith. And I can only imagine what Jesus was thinking at the time, like, bro, I'm in the middle of REM sleep. I was just about to get really into the good part of my dream, and here you are, you wake me up. But yet Jesus gets up and walks out to the boat, and he says a commandment to the winds and the waves, and he calms them down. And just like that, goes right back to sleep. Then the disciples are like, whoa, like, who is this man that even the winds and the waves would listen to his commandments, that they would obey his voice? And I say this to you guys, like, where is it that we forget that we are like Jesus, and that it is that our position, that we are made in his likeness, that we are able to get up in the midst of our own storms and calm down those storms? Because why? Because we have faith. Because our faith is greater than the storms. And because our faith is exactly why we are where we are at that point in time. See, there are storms that God is already battling for us, that there are waves and raindrops that God has already ceased before we've even entered the space, because we enter that space already knowing that we are bought by God and that we are there in true fulfillment of faith. See, I was on a plane last week on to Philadelphia for a race, and I was sitting next to this lady on the plane. God bless her soul, and the plane was rocking. I'm talking about like the most turbulence I've ever experienced on a plane, and she's just going frantic. And it's crazy because God had me read that verse the night before, and I think prepared me, because I wasn't even supposed to be sitting in the seat that I was sitting in. But yet I was able to sit there and I said to myself, you with so little faith, be calm. And in coming from that place, I was able to calm her down. And I just say that strength, knowing that God was sending me somewhere with a purpose. And despite what was going on around me, I knew that I was going to land safely. And I knew that God was with me the entire time. So ask yourself, what storms do you get to calm? Where do you get to stand up like Jesus did and command the waves to calm down so that you can stand strong and get to your destination? Anyway, that's another one of J-Lo's segments. I love y'all. Don't forget to subscribe. I'll holla. Peace.